Welcome back to Houston, Texas, home of the 2025 National Collegiate Rugby's 15s College Rugby Championships. We've got our second of D2 semifinals coming up next. Number 1 versus number 2, Vermont taking on UNC Wilmington. Here live from SaberCat Stadium in Houston, Texas. Under the lights here in the Lone Star State, I'm Tim Wilkes, joined up here in the booth by former national champion himself, Lance Kavanaugh from Great American Rugby. Lance, we've got an excellent matchup, 1 versus 2. These two stud teams have been tremendous throughout the season. What do we expect here in the semifinal?
A clash of titans. They met last year in the playoffs, and what that meant to one side to the other is going to inject itself in this game. A little bit of emotions, a little bit of get back, maybe some revenge in order. This is going to be a highly contested match.
Mentioned it last year in the round of 16. It was UNC Wilmington taking down the team from Vermont. Let's take a look here at UNC Wilmington.
Through 8 games, holding teams to 38 points is a defensive masterclass. They're going to push the line speed defensively, make low tackles, known to put points on the board. 366 points through 8 games is a phenomenal mark. Handling business against Salisbury, handling business against Memphis, doing what's necessary. Even though they had a closer and more contested game against Memphis, was able to get them here in this semifinal matchup while cleaning up the Carolinas.
Let's take a look at the lineup here. Xavier Harrington, number 1. He had 4 tries throughout the last couple of matches in the playoffs. Also keep an eye out for the Buckingham brothers. Maxton Buckingham, number 6, had 3 tries earlier in the last couple of weeks. Take a look at the back line. We're again 2 brothers in that 9-10 combination. Marshall Wiseman had a try a couple weeks ago. Also keep an eye out for number 12. Their kicker, 92% on conversions in the last couple of matches. And Kyle Irwin, the speedster, in the back. To the other side, back to Vermont. Another fantastic season, Lance.
And done so well, scoring, putting points on the board. Defensive stars across the line. The way they've handled things with the point differential of 538 points, it just says their dominance throughout. Handling business along the way against Villanova, handling business against Cornell. We're talking big margin of victories, as well as winning games against Boston, Norwich, and UMass Lowell.
Take a closer look at the roster here. Number 1 there, Benjamin Carroll stepping in. A couple of substitutions, but the standout here, number 4, John Warabell, the captain, MLR draftee by the Free Jacks, a 2-time All-American, leading there from the front. But don't forget about Roman Legere, 3 tries for number 7 in the last match. On the back line, we've got Matthew Tevnin pulling out the boot. Is their kicker on the season. Speedsters on the sideline are the 2 seniors to watch out for, Luca Race and Zan Rice. Again, these 2 met round of 16 last year. You've got Vermont in the green taking on UNC Wilmington in the white. Last year, again, a 25-17 victory for Vermont. UNC Wilmington, though, your 2025 Sevens CRC champions from a few months ago. So they are looking for the double, just like the Coast Guard women did last weekend, winning 7s and 15s national championships. But plenty of work to be done here for UNC Wilmington. Again, this is a tough Vermont squad with stars all abound. 8 seniors on this Vermont squad, only 3 underclassmen, so the experience is going to be something that they can rely on there for the boys in green. On the opposite side, UNC Wilmington, out of the Southern Conference, a tremendous run last year, again with that loss to Vermont, but all the way up in the Elite 8, they were able to take down IUP this year. Let's take it down to the pitch. Tyler Doidge, what you got, bud?
The final matchup in our semifinal Friday is a long-anticipated game between number 1 ranked Vermont and number 2 ranked UNC Wilmington. Vermont has a no-mercy style offense, outscoring opponents nearly 70-7 in previous matches. Wilmington is no stranger to the tri-zone as well and will be looking to redeem themselves after falling short in the 2024 season. Who will be facing the underdogs of Chicago on Sunday? Only 80 minutes will tell. Guys, I'm really excited for this one.
As are we up here in the booth. Again, Tim Wilkes, Lance Kavanaugh with Tyler Deutsch on the sidelines. Andy Cooper, your referee for this one. Mike Rudzinski, Carlos Rivera, and Chris Micheletti running the TMO. In the first year we've had the TMO here in NCR. Special thanks to NCR and Next Level Rugby for making that happen. Deep kick here for Vermont starts us off underway. UNC Wilmington take their time with this one. Flirting with that 22-meter line, but they'll take it center of the pitch. There's the kick up over the top, but it's caught. Vermont already on the charge. Huge take there by Colin Green. Blown through the ruck on the counter. Discombobulated in there, knocked back and forth. And we'll take a little bit of a breather here. UNC Wilmington with the put into the scrum.
And you've noticed the referee is really trying to hold a strong offsides line, really communicating to hold that line because Vermont seems to be pressing on that defensive line and causing chaos. But even on first possession, Wilmington gets the kick away and able to really contest in the ruck, bring a lot of pressure. It's going to be one of those matches, 1 versus 2, a lot to be said.
Both these squads the last couple of weeks in their road to get here. 100 points, 50 twice there for UNC Wilmington. And on the other side, 108 points for Vermont. So fireworks abound here in Houston, Texas. Nice run there. Kerry Cortez, the senior, takes it into enemy territory. Set up there for John McAllister. Takes this one solo. A little bit stranded, but they're able to retain possession out the back. Off to the left-hand side. Beautiful offload coming out the hands of Capel. And still they take it weak. Big time collision. Scrum half. Wiseman had that one jarred loose. And eventually knocked on there by Vermont. As we get into this match, still a tight one.
Yeah, you can see the line speed. Vermont is bringing pressure. They're pressing for double tackles. First receiver has to be fluid, move that ball down the line and get it away from the chaos.
Again, earlier this year, they were able to take down Cornell, who had just taken down last year's winner, IUP. And then they put up 65 points on Villanova, did this Vermont squad. This is a team that makes you pay with their forward pack, will force you to quit. It'll be fun to see if this UNC Wilmington squad has what it takes on the defensive end. Now with ball in hand, Daniel Marsh marches his way forward over that 10-meter line. Space here on the near side. Cortez gets to Irwin. Spins away from one. Drags defenders over the 22-meter line. Good first group of phases here for UNC Wilmington. McAllister again over the line. You see Vermont pushing hard on the counter ruck. Looks like they came in from the side. Referee saw it as well. Offsides is going to be the call. Vermont ball.
Yeah, Vermont is playing with a lot of aggression. Really able to counter ruck. And they've been going after a few of these rucks, picking their moments to chase after the ball. And in this case, it worked out. Looks like Wilmington was having a little bit of go for it and getting around the corner. But good stop by Vermont.
Kerry Cortez snags this one high out of the Texas sky. And a penalty is going to be given there. High tackle, I believe, the call. So a couple mistakes here early, Lance.
Yeah, and penalty mistakes such as high tackles are the wrong ones to get within 5 minutes. You really don't want the ref establishing, needing to worry about safety in tackle circumstances. So get those tackles down. Let the ref give a sign of relief for the safety of the game.
Green first person there for me. Got it, thank you.
Take another look at that.
I mean, you see clearly right over the shoulders, over the top, and it's just an easy call to make.
Nice take off the top of the line out. They're going to bring this one in. Adam Capel drives forward. Actually going to be brought down here, but everybody offside, says the referee. Back 10, and they're going to have this one with the quick tap 15 meters out.
Got to have discipline on that. Yeah, talk to your 10. My hand is still in the air. I need you to stay back. Yeah. Yeah, go and have a quick word. Yeah.
Words there from
Time is back
Andy
on.
Cooper to John Warabell,
Points.
captain for Vermont. And they're looking to cash in early here, Lance.
Player came through the mulch and couldn't play an advantage.
Yeah, I mean, this is how you pay with multiple penalties back to back. Referees already using words like discipline doesn't really create the great sense of security you need at the beginning of a match, especially for aggressive Vermont defense.
So it's Daniel Marsh here again, 92% in the last 2 matches, 11 out of 12, and he is on the board first here for UNCW. Let's send it down now to Tyler Deutsch. Tyler, how we doing?
First points on the board. Guys, it has been hot and humid all day. Much different contrast compared to last week, but also we are starting to feel a couple of raindrops out here as well. Hopefully the rain will hold off. The radar is looking pretty clear, but you never know down here in Houston. The weather could be very unpredictable. Hopefully it holds off for the remainder of the first half here.
Thank you, Tyler. As you mentioned, never know how that weather's going to change there off the Gulf Coast. But right now, looks like just a 30% chance of showers here for the next hour, so hopefully this might be the worst of it. Nice scoop off the deck there to keep things alive here for UNC Wilmington. Strong tackle, though, from Vermont. Good work there from Seamus Road. Now a chip over the top to try and flip the pitch a bit. Gets behind the defense, and a strong roll here for UNC Wilmington as it's back towards the 22-meter line. Colin Green, the freshman, has to just take this one into contact. Has his scrum cat ripped off in the process, but keeps fighting. Harrison Lloyd, 6'2" junior, leads from the front there. Now they'll scoop this one out the back through McGovern. That hard charging defense comes up and hits him a good 8 meters behind the gain line. Maxton Buckingham. Well done on the defensive end, and another hit behind the gain line. Shrewsbury. And Wilmington is just causing havoc behind the gain line here for Vermont.
No, it's there, but my arm's that way. Yeah, your team knocks it on, yes. Your player whips it out, and then your player knocks it on. The whip was fine from your player, then he knocks it on. It's quite all right, happy to explain. That's cool. It's all the time, man.
So just a knock on there for UNC Wilmington. Leave Vermont an opportunity to get out of their own end. Still 3-0, 7 minutes into this first half of action. I appreciate you watching. It's been a great day of rugby. We've already seen Slippery Rock and Franciscan get into their respective national championships there in D3. See who can play Chicago on Sunday. This one's stolen out of there. Scooped up by UNC Wilmington. Great little move there by Wiseman. Samuel brings it about 3 meters out. Good job by Vermont to come out as soon as that ball popped out of the ruck. And now they look to spin. There's the forward pack into McAllister. John McAllister keeps rubbling. He's over the line, and he's in for the first try of the match. UNCW up by 8.
And their defense turns into points. They've been aggressive on these tackles, poking the ball out and able to take that turnover situation and go right back into the heart of the Vermont defense. And it looks like he was pulled over by the tackler, fell a bit short, but was able to fall in. And John McAllister goes in over a few Vermont defenders for the first try of this match.
Great aggression there from McAllister. The 6'2" sophomore. There's the kick coming in off the bar. No good, says the AR. And so we remain here 8-0, but a fast start for the Seahawks.
Yeah, and it's all off of defense. Multiple times they've made the ball hit the ground, able to pull it away from some of these Vermont ball carriers. And if they're winning an aggression battle, when it's their turn to hit, it can really shake a team up, especially early in these important matches.
The first couple big-time blows delivered by UNC Wilmington. But don't count Vermont out yet, the #1 team of the country back in the North Atlantic Rugby Conference. They won all their matches by combined score, average score of 68-4. So this is a dominant squad, but right now they're having to play a ton of defense as James Buckingham gets through the defense. Beautiful little offload to keep things moving. Here to the near side, Jason Forsyth takes it, lost it, is able to recover here. Scooped up in the back by Marshall Wiseman. Through the lock, all the way to the outside. Beautiful skip pass, finds its target out there. Maxton Buckingham. Into contact, 6'4" junior. Lots of big bodies out here for UNC Wilmington, and they have continued to put a stranglehold on the possession here in the first half. Scooped up there on the side by Marsh, offload. Now they'll look to spin it. That one hits the deck, but still playing on into the hands of Capel. You see Vermont each and every time trying to pick it out of there. Little show and go. Wiseman into the defense. Lost this one, scooped up by Flemings. Take it off the right-hand side. Big collision again. Everything to play here in the D2 National Championship semifinal. Irwin with some space here on the near side. Slung to deck. Good job getting back there to their feet and securing possession on the outside. Wonderful ruck there by the winger. Bring this one back out. Excuse me, that was Cale Irwin with the beautiful ruck. Able to keep possession. 6 meters out now for Wilmington. Pushing forward, that ball's there, playable, and Vermont takes it away. Great work to snap that one out of there. High ball, not a lot of distance here. Takes a straight bounce up top, finally scooped up here by McGovern. Taken down immediately. Slow this one down a little bit. Counter ruck says speed it up. The aggression from the Seahawks, palpable here in Houston, Texas. Here's Wiseman with the kick out. Doesn't find touch though. Scooped up by Irwin, and he spins it across to Wiseman. Intercepted though. Vermont, this is what they needed. A little bit of sustained possession. And now the All-American Morabel marches forward. This one knocked out of there. Finally scooped up somehow. Corey Cortez picks it up. And Lance back and forth battle here. 12 minutes gone by.
Clash of the Titans. We're seeing bodies hit the floor, clothing, shoes are everywhere, littered all over the field. This is a high-intensity match.
And it's Daniel Marsh bringing the action to the forefront here, the senior. Drags defenders with him, but eventually loses it. About the 5th turnover here in the last couple of minutes. Helter-skelter action here in the D2 National Championship semifinal. A little bit of space on the outside. Casper continues the hands all the way to the wing. And again, having to work so hard just to retain possession inside their own 22. Again, this is a squad that normally is able to force you to stop and quit with their forward pack. But so far, Wilmington is more than ready. But a little high on that one.
Yeah, and that is a phenomenal 2.5 minutes of rugby. Both teams hitting back and forth. That tackle, body position just a little bit low, but not low enough. Taking a shoulder to the face and making the tackle still. Penalty for that high tackle, but finally we get a chance to breathe after a frantic bit of play there.
Still one more shoe scattered about here. Having to jog a good 30 meters to come back forward, but you mentioned it. Scrum cap, shoes. A good 6-7 minutes going shoeless there for the Seahawks. But a strong first half there from UNC Wilmington. Again, looking for the double this year. Already a Sevens national championship in their back pocket. 8-point lead here. Looking for touch on the near side, and they're able to find it. So for Vermont, Lance, just got to see a little bit more possession. That defense from UNCW is just causing all sorts of havoc.
Yeah, but Vermont has found ways to attack around the corner. They've been able to really battle up the 15-meter channel, and they've had their moments as well, but they have to find a way to sustain possession.
Catamounts with the throw from Zan Rice. Too often you get the winger tossing him in there, but Harrison Lloyd takes it center of the pitch. And Vermont unable to crack that midfield stripe just yet. All their possession here in their own end, and now the All-American gets driven back. What a tackle there from the Seahawks.
Appreciate it. He's fine.
Looks like that was Keel with the big-time tackle for UNCW. Strong counter ruck again. Just how hard they're having to fight inside there. Eventually, they come in from the side to the Seahawks, and a penalty's earned by the Catamounts.
Yeah, and the angle just a little bit wayward on that counter ruck. They seem to have some momentum on the turn, but unfortunately couldn't sustain it and end up twisting their way in. The referee was right on top of it.
Tevnin with the kick, doesn't find touch though. A little inaccurate there, but the kick return, looking for some space, but goes straight out into touch.
Yeah, you can just see, boom, big collision here. And the ruck is set, and if you can see, this is the line. A little bit thin, this is the line, but as they start in these angles, they're going to start from outside the body of the player that's down and really move in and twist and turn the space over, and the referee has to make sure it's fair play at the rucks.
Yeah, that was Roderick, number 3, coming in from the side, and now his opposing number, Harry Missing, finally brings the Catamounts up in front of that 50-meter line. Space on the outside, they got plenty of numbers out there. Huge fend coming in from Tom Burnett at the 22-meter line, gets tripped up. A fight for it. Actually, that was Casper. Burnett came in there late, couldn't get possession out of there, not releasing the call, back to UNC Wilmington.
Yeah, and that's an incredible solo effort off on that edge. Once he had his hands on the ball, right foot step and a right-hand fin, that gave him the boost he needed to get back more on the inside of the defender, and just couldn't make that last move work. Almost had a great opportunity to go in and score, and immediately you seeing Seahawks swarm the ball, 2 hands on it, and the referee in perfect position to call it. That's just a great offense, better defense moment.
Justin Casper, number 12 there, 6'4", 200-pound senior. Shows his athleticism and game-breaking ability there for Vermont. They're going to need more of that. Still down by 8. That one hits. Close enough, says the referee. That one bobbled and lost forward, though. So a little shot in the foot there will give Vermont an opportunity that they desperately have been searching for here, Lance. Finally, a scrum here on the opposite side of the field.
Yeah, and Vermont understands the competition they're going against. This looks well rehearsed. Just didn't work beautifully at the very end. They have everything set up to go, and I believe they had extra phases behind that. You can see how well rehearsed your opponent is. Vermont just needs to find a way to keep possession of the ball because they've been able to go forward and make things happen.
James McGovern, the freshman out of Belmont, Massachusetts, puts this one in, but our referee, Andy Cooper, will reset this one. A little argy-bargy there in the scrum, and so we'll reset and have it again. And we thank you for joining us here in this D2 National Championship for National Collegiate Rugby. Both these teams put in so much effort throughout the season, and it all culminates into this. One more win to punch your ticket into the national championship. McGovern puts it in and snares it out of there. Here to the near side to Casper. Good hands, finds a little space here on the near side. Fullback Colin Green steps up into the action. 2 white jerseys have a hold of him. Got to keep him in play. Here comes Vermont. Great maul to be able to shove their way forward another 7 or 8 meters. Now they've got it inside the 22. And Leger keeps things moving for the Catamounts. Nice spin from Tevnin. Finds a group of forwards. Here comes Dunn. Tiernan Dunn, 12 meters away now. Good job scooping it out of there. They'll go inside, ball to Lloyd. And this is a big Vermont pack. They love to dominate with those forwards. Off to the right-hand side, there's Casper again. This time can't crack it. A little slower here, patience. Pleading here from the Vermont bench. Now Casper spins it here near side. Dunn breaks through, 6 meters out. Great run from Tiernan Dunn, 5'11" senior. Now some space, beautiful little miss pass. Hits Warabell. Couldn't hang on to it, but they're able to retain possession here on the near side to Colin Green. Green with the offload, finds the target, Zan Rice with the first try of the match for Vermont.
And you can feel the energy from the bench. You can feel the energy and relief to get some points on the board. That missed pass there, line out the back, if caught cleanly, would make this look beautiful, but this try was well worked by everybody. Just the focus, getting that ball back inside with multiple defenders on the way. It's just a great bit of play for Vermont. They built that from phases. They worked the ball from the side of the field to the other, and even when the ball hit the ground, they found a way to salvage it and make something better with it. That was a great bit of play for Vermont, and they are in championship mode. This is quite the match we're looking at here today, Tim.
For sure. That was Colin Green there on the outside, number 15. Sucked in 2 defenders, and that allowed Zan Rice to take that one in with ease. First points up on the board. Can't get much more difficult, though, here with the conversion. 60% in the last couple of matches for Matthew Tevnan. And this one from the sideline, off the mark, no good. But boy, Lance, they had been needing that one desperately, and Vermont stamps their mark on this match.
Yeah, and they found moments where they break the line and put the Seahawks side under pressure. But finally, they finished it to the very end and found a way to maintain possession and re-resource the ball, keep it available with players in the correct areas with great communication. That's a well-worked team try.
Back and forth across the pitch, multiple charges in. Even had their big fellow Warabell in the back line there, and he's able to make it happen. Charge in here off the restart. Knock on there by UNC Wilmington. Advantage here being played. Advantage over as McGovern fished it out of there, got things moving through the forward pack. Bobbled around in there and eventually knocked on. Not sure if that was a green hand that hit that one forward, but in the end, it'll be a scrum back to UNCW.
Yeah, and once you find a little success, there's a very strong team on the other side playing aggressive rugby, forcing turnovers to get it back. Both teams swinging and countering. This is a heavyweight matchup here in this D2 semifinal.
And we mentioned the more experienced squad is probably Vermont. 8 seniors, only 3 underclassmen, 6 underclassmen on the other side. But so far, Wilmington are on top here. UNC Wilmington pushing their way forward over that 10-meter line, but eventually lost and knocked on. And it'll give Vermont an opportunity with about 17 minutes left in the first half to march back down the field possibly.
Yeah, Vermont's now doing a good job of keeping this Seahawks attack as far away from their try line. Feisty around the ball, not releasing on that tackle, and the offload just not to hand. They had an opportunity to set the ruck and reset and maybe get around the corner, but Vermont stingy as ever defensively.
That was Justin Casper, again, 6'4", so using that big wingspan just to hang on to the jerseys for dear life. Slowed them down just enough as this one comes straight out of the tunnel, so we'll do it over again.
Well, I'd rather you struck it your way here. Let's go, gentlemen, let's go.
Set to put this one back in. James McGovern, that beautiful Gilbert rugby ball, top of the line. Expecting nothing more out of National Collegiate Rugby. Great partnerships. Got the TMO out here. Kind of brought back in there. UNC Wilmington asking for it, but they get sent back 10 as that one completely disintegrates.
Cheers, Mikey, yeah.
Yeah, you do not envy the referee trying to negotiate who and what inside of these scrums did the infringement. It looks as though the Seahawks had great push, but there might have been an early turn and twist before the push and before winning that scrum leverage. You got to worry about safety, and that's a key component of it. As we get a chance to get a second look at it. Ball put in pretty early. Re-kick by the 9, cheeky play. And it looks like the scrum turned a little bit and Vermont de-attached, but I think it was a leaning in call.
And off of that, Vermont's able to take possession. Beautiful work off the back. Some wizardry here from James McGovern. Beautiful fake pass, and then went right into the teeth of the defense. Found a ton of space. Back. Opposition territory now for the Catamounts. Another good run from Colin Green, the fullback. Green just a freshman, but a very smart player, and they have gotten another penalty off their feet. Were the Seahawks.
And you can just see the high contest inside of these rucks. They're really going to use these as real turnover opportunities. Not playing a slower, contained kind of defense. They're going right after the ball aggressively. And here, big hit, twist. You got to roll away from the ruck. You have multiple players in blue. And it looks like just because there's a player on the ground on the far side of this ruck here, you got to release hands. Referee called it multiple times.
Another beautiful line out here for the Catamounts, and they're able to come away with it and drive forward over that 22-meter line. Here's a take with the forward. Big-time collision again. Strong tackle from John McAllister, number 5. But in the end, a penalty's given, and back 10 go the Seahawks.
Not yet, not. Captain.
Word coming from Andy Cooper as well.
We've had 2 in a row.
Listening.
I will enable you to poach, but the last 2 poaches have been when the ruck is formed or when they've gone past the ball and onto it. Okay. If they want to poach, I need a perfect picture, okay? Yes, straight onto the ball and before the ruck forms, okay? 2 in a row, same thing, yeah? Yes, appreciate you want to poach, it's got to be cleaner than it has been. Hold, here. Yes, sir. Time is back on.
So you hear there the instructions from the referee. So close there, though, Lance, on that one. Looked like they might have gotten their hands on it before that contact arrived in the ruck. But in the end, it'll be Vermont with the line out.
Yeah, and these pictures are all milliseconds the referee has to make. Hands down on the first and not formed on the second.
Take off the back jumper here. Vermont already shoved 1 meter. They keep things moving. You hear the cadence coming in. Ball's still stuck in the center. Able to bring this one back. Here through Tiernan Dunn. And now they'll spin it. Great defense comes up and hits missing behind the gain line. They're able to connect and shove that one forward a few more meters. Make something out of nothing. A little discombobulated there. Warabell tried to get around the corner, but he is contacted immediately and driven backwards. A little bit of space on the outside, but they'll just hold this one up. Wait for support to get there through Legere. And inside, Seamus Road gets low. Still on his feet. 10 meters out now for Vermont. This is when they're dangerous. Here to the near side, Tevnin. Out in the open, Dunn, who started this one off the line out. Back and forth. Great group of phases. They have not been able to crack the code just yet. Another strong run. Takes them 5 meters out now. Down by 3 with 12 minutes left in the first half. There's the inside ball. It opens up. Burnett touches it down. Try number 2 for the Catamounts.
And immediately, we've seen a resurgence from Vermont, responding to some earlier penalties, fix the errors, play straight up and down, and work the ball all the way into the try zone. And they're using the over pursuit of this defense. Too many players stepping to the right side, and a giant gap opens up on the inside. easy pitch, easy catch, easy walk-in try. But it was a lot of work well before this to establish this for Vermont. The decision to switch here, and immediately sees that inside pop is there. Defense over pursued and no help on that inside line. What an amazing try at that by Tom Burnett.
Burnett there, just a freshman geography major. Gets that one down. Kick is good as well. And a great start. 10 unanswered points for Vermont. Have them now in the driver's seat, or excuse me, 12 unanswered points in the driver's seat here in the D2 National Championship semifinal.
I mean, this game started with the Seahawks having an establishment in physicality in the first 10 minutes. And eventually Vermont picked out the way to counter it using the over pursuit, inside channel not being covered, and just an easy slip and slide try there for Vermont. And the lead is now theirs after coming back from 8-0.
Got a shout out. Tiernan Dunn there, number 6. He was the one who touched it first off the line out, was able to make that final assist, but it's the pounding away that Vermont's been doing that has allowed them to get that one.
Are you happy that White was in a position to go for the ball there? Yes, they were both able to contest for the ball. Chris, can we check that contest in the air for me? Thank you, mate. We come
question if contact was made while the player was in the air. It does look like 6 is going after it as well.
I've got an, if not, it's a knock on by Green.
I mean, as far as safety go, I think both players had a real shot at the ball. And I believe Green might not have a real opportunity to go after it because he had a player in the air underneath him as he went up. But it looks like a rugby play. Hit backwards off White, off of the back of a green shirt. Just so much happening.
Yeah, I agree with you there. It looks like it comes off of number 6 here for Wilmington.
Penalty White. Penalty for White. Thank you. I'll explain it to you. Hold. We've got contact in the air. Your 6 isn't in a position to get the ball. He's not in a position. We've just watched it. Yeah. He's not in a position to get the ball. White's above him. The penalty White. He lands on his feet, so it's just a penalty. Okay. He didn't get into a position to catch the ball.
So the play was number 6 of White.
Sorry. Okay. Make yourself.
All right, so in the end, contact was made there in the air. Maxton Buckingham, number 6, against his opposing number 6, Tiernan Dunn. And I think they're going to call this one the contact done, possibly there, as in the end, again, it will be UNC Wilmington with the charge here near the 22-meter line with the line-out, Lance.
Yeah, and I mean, penalties, strong call. I agree with it in ways. Just tough in this moment after, you know, Vermont found some positive to immediately give away a penalty off of that. It's just tough.
Marshall Wiseman, the older of the two Wiseman brothers out there, the 9-10 combination, gets that one in. It's scooped up here by Flemings. Flemings, 6 meters out. Great run to get them within striking distance now. They'll spin this one through Wiseman all the way out the back. Hits his target there through Marsh. Marsh with the offload over the line, but not quite going to be able to get it down. Referee's going to take a chat here with our line judge, Rudzinski.
Over here for me. You're going to go over there. We're going to look.
I think he got it on the rollover. I think he might have just got it down on the spin around.
Me neither. I don't have a clear grounding either. Okay. Chris, we don't have a clear grounding.
You know, Lance, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to find one here. Just too many bodies around. It looks like Vermont may have actually been able to hold this one up, which would be huge in this match.
Yeah, and he was bottled up the moment players got around, and he might not have got that one down.
Oh, God, that's it. And then he comes in. Oh, my God, that's it.
Looks like he was held up. Great call by the assistant referee and referee congregating to make that the choice. Hopefully TMO holds up that
I don't think he rolled
decision.
back onto the ground. Yeah. No try. Time is on. Time is on. And goal line dropout.
So a goal line drop is the result. Quinn Ressler there, number 8 with the bleached hair, came in and got underneath it as well. Great double tackle and tremendous effort off the goal line drop. It's going to drive this one as deep as possible. Scooped up in the back by Shrewsbury. Back to the near side. Cortez charges forward. Oh, very dangerous there. Lucky the referee just gave a warning that time as Forsyth completely coming in, hitting his knees right away. Here back to the near side again.
Back off green, play on.
Marsh drives forward but has it ripped away. Vermont in possession just outside their own 22-meter line. No go there. Warabell takes it into contact. Haven't really seen his line-breaking prowess just yet. He had 4 tries in their last match against Cornell. Spin this one back to the center. Great charging run. Casper comes up and meets him just behind that midfield stripe.
He's fine.
The big collision behind the gain line. Legier working hard from his flanker spot, coming up on the defensive end. Now a nice little group of 4. Roderick takes it into contact, but not making a lot here. 12 unanswered points for Vermont. Chip kick over the top, gets charged down. Seahawks still in possession though.
Release green.
Out the back here, Marshall Wiseman. Chip kick again charged down, and Vermont continue to push. Here comes John Warabell. Kicks it forward, but it's finally scooped up in the back, and they're just gonna try to clear this one. It does find touch, but a quick throw's on. They're able to take this one forward into the hands of Legier. Takes it into contact. Great work by Zan Rice to come up with the ruck. Sealing it off here for Catamounts as they continue to push. Looking for their 3rd try in a row, but a penalty's going to be earned. Back 10 to go the Seahawks, and a possible card coming.
I've called these at the ground. You've carried on wrestling for the ball. There's just too many in this area. You go for 10. Too many in this area at the ruck.
John McAllister will get sent to the bend for 10 minutes. Take us through it there, Lance.
Yeah, he made the tackle clean and clear. Would have been in a good position to turn around and solidify that A spot for the defensive line, but continued to pull and fight for the ball on the ground, and the referee has to control this game.
Yeah, he just warned him, really left to no other choice there. Now it's Vermont with the player advantage for the next 6 minutes in this half. They look out to the right. The defense is held strong, but possible creaks in it here the last 15 to 20 minutes. Another strong tackle, though, sends him to deck. 5 minutes away from halftime. Nice use of hands. Lloyd. 8 meters out. Struggle for it. It pops out of there. Vermont's got it, though. Here to the near side. Tevnin gets it off to Dunn. 6 meters out. They'll try to peel around the near side. No room here for Casper. Offsides the call. A little bit too aggressive was Wiseman. And it's Vermont taking it a meter out. That ball's there, scooped up, and the try is given.
Over there.
I believe that was Ressler. Quinn Ressler, the 5'10", 230-pound senior.
Come here. For me, Chris, we've got to try there. We were playing a penalty advantage anyway. He's picked the ball up and scored. He's not held, he stood back up, he picked up and scored.
Yeah, and it's just so much going on in multiple rucks. But he was able to get back to his feet and grab at the ball again. Ball on ground there.
Part of the ruck. He's part of the ruck there, though.
Yeah, he at that point, yeah. But the last few rucks were so messy. Just so much going on.
Big time decision here. As again, it was Quinn Ressler. The aggression to take that one forward over the line. Again, the senior out of Wayne, Pennsylvania. Might have gotten it.
Yeah.
They're going to have to go again with the TMO for this one, for the confirmation. Let's see what they have.
He doesn't fully disconnect from the ruck for you. Yeah.
Let's go, Green. Let's go.
He's still got contact, yeah?
Hey, Jack.
Perfect. No try. Penalty. Coming back for the penalty for offside. Cheers, mate. Thank you. Okay. Still part of the ruck when he picks up. He's still got his shoulder on. So there's no try. But it's a penalty.
Just as we saw it there, Lance, a penalty for offsides is going to be given. And we come back to it. No advantage gain. Great work again there by Wrestler. But we called it just too much contact.
Time is on, please.
And I mean, the Seahawks defense is fighting valiantly, trying to keep this ball out of the try zone.
They've got 4 more minutes to play this defensive line here. They try to find some space. Legier out to the outside. Here comes Harry missing. He's a couple meters short as well. Another big-time contest at the back of that ruck. The boys in green rip it out of there. Luca Race, far side winger, gets his name called. Into the action he goes. Now it's Legier again. He's been a workhorse there, number 7 for Vermont. They'll look to spin it, passes a little behind, but they're able to get their engines cranked up anyway. Here comes Dunn. Another big charging run 1 meter away. Still numbers here on the near side. Through the hands they go. They find a little bit of space. Through Wrestler to the outside, and it's Zan Rice with try number 2 for the Catamounts.
And all the work put in by this Vermont pack, aligned with this back line that were attacking around the edge on the outside to really stretch this defense. And Zan was the man at the end. They get the 5 points for Vermont. And everything worked there. Just a double pump, skip pass, bringing in defenders. And Vermont worked really hard to get those points before halftime, but it was well earned.
You've got another 20 seconds.
Stuff right off of the training pitch there. You work it through the hands. You find a 3-on-2 and work it to that open outside corner, and it's 17 unanswered points now for Vermont. They have fully found their footing here in the D2 semifinal. Off the post, second time we've seen one shank off of the post there, and Tevnin can't knock it through. But again, a 9-point lead for Vermont. Lance, what have they done to change things up to give themselves such an advantage here in the second part of this first half?
Okay.
Well, they seem to pick up the tempo offensively. That yellow card does not hurt their cause, being able to play with that power play advantage. And really, they just found a way to continue to link and maintain possession. They're finishing on the back end of a lot of good work from this forward pack.
Sorry, mate. Yeah. We've just got a lot of blood.
A little bit of blood there from a UNC Wilmington player. I believe that's number 13, Corey Cortez, that'll have to step off. As you see that dripping down here for a second. Again, special thanks to all of our athletic trainers from both schools and here on site in Houston, Texas. We thank you so much for joining us. It's been a tremendous day of rugby. The D3 final is set. Slippery Rock Franciscan will face on Sunday. Right now we play to see who will take on Chicago, the number 6 team in the country. Right now we've got 1 versus 2. Vermont in possession here. 17 unanswered points with a few minutes left to play in the first half. This one off the mitts from Tiernan Dunn, who's been terrific in this first half. A little bit of those tired legs, making it difficult to reach down and grab that one.
Your team, yeah? We had another, no, not you. We had another one over there, okay?
Just unable to cleanly grab it. Even the second ball carrier with his shot at it, the ball slipped through. Just a little butter bar right now. But, I mean, it's enough time left to really put points. Someone's got to step up at this opportunity for this UNC Wilmington team.
Up. You've just fallen to the side. I was wondering, yeah, no, that's okay. But given you've just fallen to the side, let's get it right again, yeah? Yeah, I can get louder too.
Again, if you're
I want you
just
stable,
joining
please.
us,
You're in safety, yeah?
these two met
Okay.
last year in the round of 16, and it was Vermont with the victory
Crouch!
over with the loss against UNC Wilmington. So it's UNC Wilmington that has the advantage from last year, but here in the first half, 17 unanswered point has the Catamounts on top. This one comes out the back from Vermont. And it looked like it might have been behind that flanker's foot. What did you see there, Lance?
Yeah, just so close to call and on the wrong side. You got to let the referee just to have control and the hope for fairness, especially in the semifinal match. You got to let the referee make that. And as you set up for a new scrum, the time is still set. You still got an opportunity to cut into this lead, and it does well for your momentum going into the second.
So Marshall Wiseman, the junior, pulls this one out of there. Flips it out to the left-hand side through his brother. And now they find some space out there. Aiden Reddick puts on the Jets, taken down about 30 meters away from the try line. Now with some bruising runs, Adam Capel, junior finance major, takes it in.
White over there. Green over there. White over there. No, not yet.
Referee needs to have a conversation here. He'll step over to Rudzinski. We'll see what they've got.
So I have, as the ruck is ending, 11's trying to leave.
Yeah.
16 white is on the ground.
Yeah.
And he kicks the player. Visible kick while he's on the ground. More of a donkey kick. I think we should have a look and see if that's...
So let's have a look. So Chris, did you hear that? Cheers, mate. Just over there.
Just back up. Just back up.
Back up.
So it's the ends.
So as we get through this one, you see the tackle there on the outside, and it's after the ball, I believe, comes out. Moved away from it a little bit there, but I think after that ball comes out, maybe just legs getting tangled. But again, our AR there on the outside, Mike Rudzinski, is right on top of it. So let's see if they can find what he saw out there.
No, he's already on his feet at this point.
Okay.
I mean, the play was well worked as well. The rugby was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
16
So
white,
he gets taken down there, and then on the outside, you see him, and we just missed it there, as he comes in and kind of messes with number 16, Aiden Reddick, who's on the ground there, and then maybe stepped on him as he's laying on the ground.
Me and the camera both followed the ball.
I think this is our best look, because you see him trying to get up, and maybe as he's getting up, was it possibly Reddick with the kick? Because you see on the outside, somebody go down.
Yeah, but it happened right in front of the AR, so the assistant referee was right there. So now it's whatever he calls, and he reacts immediately. He sees it immediately, so he must have seen something correct.
Yeah, and the Vermont players pleading for it on the ground as well, because you see him start to back off and then just go down in a heap.
And there's a bit of was his leg being grabbed? Was there some kind of, and he was kicking back? There's so much that's missing. Yeah, with no angle.
No, wait, I'm going to talk to Mikey and we're going to go with it. So Mikey, so 16 white with a kick.
16 white kicks 11 green.
What's your recommendation?
My recommendation is the yellow card.
Your recommendation, yellow card to 16 white.
No, 16 white, yes.
To 16 white. Captain and 16 white. Captain!
Great work on the replays. The next level rugby production.
We've got a kick by you to their player as you're getting up.
Already with one yellow.
Okay, we've got a kick by him, come up to the player.
There's number 2, Aiden Reddick,
We're going to restart with a
5'7"
penalty.
junior.
We're going to restart with a penalty to green. Here. Can we go back? Can we go back? We don't need it now. It will be if you tap it and kick it out, it will be time. Tap it and kick it out, and it's time.
So here for Vermont, no time left on the clock, says the referee. And we'll just tap this one out through Matthew Tevnin. And again, 17 unanswered points have Vermont on top by 9. Tremendous first half.
That's something for you guys
We
to
will
work out.
send it down to Tyler Deutsch, who's got the Vermont head coach.
Yes.
Here on the Vermont sideline with head coach. Coach, you did a really good job of overtaking. They came out swinging. What are you going to do to hold them for the second half?
We need to lock down our defense a bit better. Our offensive rucking could use a bit of work. We need to get a little lower and secure the ball a little faster.
And you guys are the #1 seed, obviously undefeated up to this point. What was your mindset coming into today's game?
Continuation of what we've been doing all season, ruthlessly execute the basics, and then come in with good intent. Defense will win the game, and so we've got to lock that down. But I think we're so far executing pretty well. We've got a couple weird hiccups we've got to iron out here at the half, but we'll keep that to ourselves.
Awesome. Best of luck, Coach. We look forward to second half. All right, guys, second half back in a little bit.
Consistency on three. 1, 2, 3.
In a sport of power and precision, you need a powerful and precise camera. Analyze your game. Build your team. Grow together.
Ready? Up.
VO captures moments. A powerful camera for a powerful sport.
Rugby!
Welcome back to the Division II semifinal matchup, #1 versus #2, here live from Houston, Texas. We thank you so much for joining us. All Vermont there the last 20-30 minutes of that one. 17 unanswered points there in the first half as they lead this one by 9. Tim Wilkes taking you through this one with Lance Kavanaugh up in the booth. Lance, we have seen the championship intensity on the field, but so far just a little bit too much there from Vermont, maybe too many mistakes from the Seahawks on the defensive end.
Yeah, and Vermont took a big hit early in the game with the Seahawks really establishing physical dominance. Had a few tackles where they were knocking the ball out, getting around the corner offensively, really attacking with whiff. But somewhere in the first half, we've seen the resurgence of Vermont, and they're showing their championship caliber. But this second half is going to be a highly contested finish.
Strong start for both these squads. UNC Wilmington with 2 players in the pen. They'll play with 13 for the next 4 minutes or so. We'll throw it down to Tyler Deutsch, who's got Jim Wiseman, the head coach for the Seahawks.
On the UNC Wilmington sideline, Coach, you guys are a physical, large squad. Obviously, with that physicality, how do you plan on maintaining it for the next 40 minutes?
We've got some pretty solid subs that we're lining up to bring in, so we're going to go about 10 more minutes in this, get our cards back in, and see if we can bring some other hitters in, see if we can push them back some.
And obviously, with physicality comes disciplinary risk. You have 2 guys in the bin right now. What'd you tell your squad about that in the huddle?
I honestly didn't understand one of them at all. The other one I said just clean it up, but one of them makes no sense to me, so not really sure what happened there.
Awesome, Coach. We really appreciate your time. Best of luck in the second half. Let's get underway, guys.
Thank you so much, Tyler. Good stuff from down on the sideline. Big take here. Warobel knocked it on, and so advantage here being played for UNC Wilmington. We kind of listened in a little bit to Andy Cooper. Our referee had a lot of complaints a little bit there. UNC Wilmington going for the ball a little too much on the defensive end. Got to show a better release, he said. We'll see if that comes into play here in the second half. But right now they're on the front foot on the offensive end. Nice little inside ball to Buckingham. Next, Buckingham keeps things moving. Forsyth tries to push forward. Ooh, may have had that leg jarred backwards there in the tackle as he got pulled. I believe lost it forward. Unfortunate stuff there for Jason Forsyth.
Yeah, and how he reacted, you knew immediately. Safety is the key, but as he gets twisted right where he was, just couldn't keep control of his body and got put in an awkward position.
Strong tackle there from Harry Missing, but again, just kind of pulls him down, almost like the hip drop type tackle we see from the NFL, just kind of pulled him down. Hopefully maybe he can just stretch this one out, but definitely going to be a tight hip for the final 40 minutes.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate to get hit with something with your team down. You want to put your best foot forward. You're driving, you're getting good go for it, but just get twisted and turned a little bit. And immediately, you know, no present of the ball, just immediate pain.
Good man, look at you're happy, eh? Right.
It looks like is he giving a turnover? Yes, he is.
Yeah, one way or another, it was the Catamounts that were able to come away with that one, so they'll get the put into the scrum. Should be plenty of space out there. Still about a minute and a half left on that first card. Let's see how the Catamounts are able to exploit it. They got the full scrum, nice and easy out the back, through the hands of Casper. They'll spin it to the far side through Tevnin. Hits Rice. Good work to retain possession out the back. The fullback cleans it up. And the Catamounts are back on the charge. Another rumbling run here from Legier. Up to the midfield stripe. They try to go weak. A little bit of space out there for Green. Smashes into 2 defenders. There's UNC Wilmington. Knocked it on, though, after they were able to get possession. Unfortunate stuff, but I like the strategy there. Not going for the poach right away. Better option with the counter ruck.
Yeah, and just putting the bodies and having the bodies in good position with leg drive. But this hit right here, physical on the tackle, forcing ball carrier to really have to reestablish himself to place it. And look at 2 players in with a push on the backside and just couldn't get a clean handle. It could have been off to the races for the Seahawks there. Set.
Might have even been touched, yeah, a little bit there from the player on the ground in Green. So maybe unlucky stuff there, but again, a game of inches. It's been so tight here in this D2 National Championship semifinal. Another big hit. Colin Green gets taken down, and this time he pops back up. Second time it's high, so back 10 will go the Seahawks.
Yeah, and having to work so hard with players down. You can see Corey Cortez is flying around the field. He made a tackle on the other side right before. He's here on this tackle, and he's definitely bringing it, doing what he can with his team down players.
That was Shrewsbury there, number 11 with the high tackle. Got the one player back on. That's John McAllister. Still 14 men here for UNC Wilmington. Just need to get back with ball in possession. They did so good the first 10 minutes of this match. A couple of mistakes there for Vermont, and they've cleaned that up, and Wilmington has not been able to find any cracks in this defense since. Pass comes out of there. No advantage gained, so it was knocked on in the line out, so we'll come back to that as still see one player in the bin here for the next 7 or about 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, and that's a lonely place to be, especially in such a playoff atmosphere and moment. You work so hard to get here. You work so hard this week, and this 10 minutes just doesn't do right. Doing what you can to try to get back in immediately. Let's see what energy he has when he finds his way back onto the field later on.
And that's number 16, Aiden Reddick. See him in a few. Huge put into the scrum here. The Seahawks would love to retain possession for a few more minutes, get back to full strength. It would go a long way in their national championship pursuit. Nice ball out to Samuel Wiseman. There's a chip kick up over the top after he dishes it. Collected in the back again, nice and easy from Colin Green, and what a boot from Green. Sends it all the way into the try zone, and that's when it's going to trickle out
22 or the scrum way kick
into touch. So an option here for UNC Wilmington. They can either take the 22-meter drop or a scrum where the kick was taken, and smartly they're going to take the scrum lance.
And this is where the rules or the laws of rugby come into play. Kicked into the try zone, but out in touch, not out the back and all sorts of things, but it's out of play, and you get the option of taking the scrum where the ball, or the line out where the ball went out, or take the 22 drop. It's a scrum, right?
Come back to the scrum. Let's take a look here, Lance, at previous scrum.
Yeah, I mean, the Hookers play such a position in the scrum. They depend on so many other people for their safety that even them have that common respect where they know when they're lining up and getting ready to scrum down, it's going to get busy, it's going to get real.
Put in here, and they're able to take this one out the back through Marshall Wiseman, the junior. Inside line there from Cortez. Cannot crack it. And then it's scooped up in the back here through Burnett. Gets it to the outside. There's Luca Race. And another take. Harrison Lloyd brings them 10 meters away from the midfield stripe. A little discombobulated there. Chased around. McGovern nowhere to go. Ends up having to eat a good 10, 11 meters. Kevin steps up. Pleaded to use it. Off to the right-hand side. Nice bump from Harry Missing. The senior charges forward and picks up an easy 6. Strong take there, but it's jarred loose. Scooped up by the Seahawks. Great tackle there where Rebel, the captain, couldn't hang on to it. They'll spin it. They've got numbers out there, but they take it into contact. See if they can get a quick ball to the outside. Have one more go. Defense is already there, though, to slam the door shut through Tom Burnett. Seahawks retain possession, though. Exactly what they were looking for. 9 minutes into this second half, just letting the clock tick down until they're back to full strength. But it's been a good 40 minutes of action since they last scored. Here to the near side. Nice hard line run. Buckingham busts through. Lost it forward, though. Coughed it up and turned it over. Vermont excited as they've got the ball back again.
It's your scrum.
And Vermont continues to show stingy defense.
Okay, do it.
UNC Wilmington had a great opportunity to attack. And Wilmington had a great opportunity to attack. And that fin right there, double fin, no one man can bring me down. And just to fight, stand on his feet, causes so much havoc. And so many big collisions, but that one was what caused the knock.
Let's go, gentlemen.
And Vermont skinning their teeth. The defense is bending and not breaking and standing strong. It's allowing them to keep this lead that they've been holding on to.
Bind. Set.
Hear the call from Andy Cooper. Gets us back underway, starts to spin, but Vermont get it out of there. Chip kick up over the top, has a couple of targets. Can't get to it, and it's scooped up beautifully here by the Seahawks as they're able to get possession back. I think that was Cortez that was able to snag that one out of the air. Wilmington almost back to full strength here. Just continue with ball in hand. It's been a much better last 10 minutes here for the Seahawks with majority of time of possession just like they did in the previous half. Just no points to show for it here. That two-player disadvantage has left them just trying to hang on to this match. And there's the game break they're looking for. Corey Cortez takes it through at the 22-meter line, looks to defend, but the double tackle is too much from the Catamounts.
Ball's available.
Great clearance, the ball's there. And it's Vermont on top of it, but it's taken back again. Seahawks back in possession. Vermont looks to take it back, and they do. 3 changes of possession in 30 seconds, and it ends in a penalty for the Catamounts.
And this has been happening the entire match. One team makes a break. Strong defense on the back end and somehow manufacture a turnover. This is definitely a battle of 1 versus 2 in the nation. Such a clash of titans that we've been seeing. Back and forth seesaw.
Beauty of a kick out into touch there from Tevnin. See the sidelines. We heard from Joey Bessel earlier in the match. Happy with what they were doing. Had a couple of things in his back pocket. Again, this is a team that is led by the forwards. They really got cranking. Then those offloads, once you try to load up for the tackle, have been paramount there in the first half. But here in the second, all Seahawks.
22 is coming off.
Time of possession category, but now they are back to full strength. You hear there from Andy Cooper. And what a great job to kill that time, Lance. And now 15 on the pitch.
Yeah, and this last 30 is going to be crucial. 9 points is a very doable amount of points. He's able to get back. They've been having such a strong offensive output all season. Let's see if they can pull it in the most important time of the year.
Throw a little bit awry towards the back, and it was scooped up by Davis Keel. And now the charge back on here for the Seahawks. Just have to eat this one. Lost a good 10, 15 meters there. And lucky to be able to pull that one out the back is Marshall Wiseman. Big fella out in space. Maxton Buckingham, 6'4", 230 pounds. Another strong charge. There's the number 8, Capel. Looking for any sort of gap. Saw Cortez bust through earlier. Now some space here for Shrewsbury. Drags one with him. Eventually into contact. Not sure if I saw a full release there, but Vermont have possession. Hands in the ruck. Back 10 go the Catamounts.
And with that camera angle, you saw it as well as I did. The milliseconds of timing that ruck established so quick and just couldn't get hand on ball before that ruck is established. I mean, players are there immediately. Ruck is established before hands are on the ball, and unfortunately, couldn't get the steal. Vermont working very hard defensively to get the ball back.
That was Crispin Flemings for the Seahawks, who helped fend that one away from Warobel. Again, John Warobel, number 4 for Vermont. Drafted by the Free Jacks this past season. Stepped up from the academy, was able to get that draft pick. It'll be fun to watch throughout the season, but he's trying to lead his team to a national championship here, climbing his way. On top of that, UNC Wilmington's able to come away with it, though. Big-time collision, jarred loose, and that's Tiernan Dunn, number 6, causing havoc and ripping it out of there. Catamounts back on the attack. Legier keeps things moving. Through the hands they come. Space on the outside. Race steps through a couple before the offload. Out there to the other winger, Zan Rice. Through the entire center of the pitch. Finally wrangled down. 13 minutes here into the second half. Still no score here in the second, but some space opens up on the outside. Little behind or backhanded pass to Wrestler. Can't find its target. You see the squads here and the benches on either side ramped up for this one. Still 9 points away.
Let's go, gentlemen. Time's off. Got an injury, time's off. You just
Looks like Davis Peel, or excuse me, that's going to be Crispin Fleming after that last big collision.
Blood here. Can we go through the doctor there for me? Blood for green.
He's been great on the night so far. Final match of the day. We had Chicago take on Grand Valley State earlier in the D2 semifinal. Number 6, Chicago, with the 42-26 victory over number 15, Grand Valley State. Setting up for a tremendous final.
About 3 other people. I'm sorry, guys. We're all getting used to this, all right? You know?
And Lance, has been an incredible match. Some great rugby here this weekend. Fantastic to see what these boys have been able to put together, but we still got 2 more full days of rugby left to play.
Yeah, what a great weekend for rugby. Big matches tomorrow, national championship matches Saturday and Sunday. And these two teams focus on championship Sunday. 9 points doesn't separate you that much, and so much can happen in this last 30 minutes.
White scrub. That was the mark. I think that one there. That one will work.
These two teams been putting up crazy points throughout the year. Last 2 matches for Vermont, 108 points. On the other side, UNC Wilmington put up 50 points in both the round of 16 and Elite 8 matches. So plenty of firepower here for the Seahawks. And at half, we heard from Coach Jim Wiseman. He might have a couple of players yet to bring in to be able to have an impact. He said a good 10 minutes after. So let's see what kind of force they're able to do once they get in. There's some space on the right-hand side, but it's coughed up right into the arms here for Race. He takes it forward, and Vermont plant their flag deep into enemy territory. Space on the far side. Legier takes it in. Wilmington fighting for it. Blow this one up, and they're able to scoop it. Capel takes it away. Exactly what Wilmington's needed. They got dinged multiple times there at the end of the first half for hands in, not releasing, all sorts of stuff at the back of the ruck, but they've really cleaned it up and been able to come away with a lot more steals here in the second half. That kick a bit awry, but it'll be Vermont's throw in inside Seahawk territory.
And so much can be said about both these teams' defenses. Able to resource steals all through the roster. Backs getting involved, getting steals. Forwards doing the dirty work, counter-rucking. In a lot of cases, it's been a master class of just ball retention and putting the ruck situations in danger by both sides.
That one just over the 5-meter line. Nice throw in there from Zan Rice, hit his target, and now they'll spin it. Forward pack, lowering the boom, breaking the gain line. Fished out of there by McGovern. Keep things moving. Offload was a bit too high and went forward. So the Catamounts trying to unload. But it's now 16 minutes into the half and have not been able to really get that offense efficiency going.
And what a great opportunity to make the most of this moment. Look at all of the green at the top of the screen. There's a kick here, and there's skip passes and opportunities to get the ball wide. You have multiple ball carriers available at the top of the screen just to get the ball there, maybe a kick over the top. And look at all of that space is not going to happen. Vermont leaving points on the table here in the semifinal.
Had an 8-on-4 there on the outside. And now it's Wilmington with the burst off the scrum. There's the chip through around the side. Irwin looking to chase it down. His partner in crime plays with it as well, but it's Irwin that's able to scoop it up. 10 meters away from the try line. Wilmington haven't scored since the 10-minute mark in the first half. 17 unanswered points, and they just cough it up, knocked on 5 meters out.
And that ball touched a little bit, little push in the back. Referee says play on. And look at the chase down the sideline. If that kick is returned clean there, we might be looking at an additional 5. And his team cutting into this deficit.
He's on his way off already, we're good. Okay, green scrum, you got the mark, chaps.
Crazy stuff here, as it seems, Lance, every time there's a huge break, somehow they're able to lose it, but that just sparks the other team. This has been a tremendous back and forth match.
Yeah, you can see the subbed out player exhausted, giving it his all, semifinal championship moments. But someone has to figure it out on the back end of these phase build-up and moments, because this game is so close for either side.
Either team's pushing earlier than the other. Hold you, push everyone. We've got good scrums all day. It's the first one, yeah, pretty much? Yeah, let's fix it. We've got new props on, let's fix it. Let's go again.
As he mentioned, new props on. Jair Villalobos, number 23. In the front row for UNCW.
Bind! Set!
Last one that moved a little bit before the ball came in. Referee went to the whistle, but held it that time. There's the kick through from Tevnin. Finds a little bit of space, makes Irwin have to retreat to scoop this one up. Takes a couple of good bounces, and now back here to Wiseman. The freshman, Samuel Wiseman creates space here on the near side, gets it all the way out to Reddick. Reddick driven out into touch. 2 green jerseys pushing him out. Another turnover for Vermont.
Lovely. Green line out. White first person there for me.
And he never really was down. His knees never touched. He never was a tackle ball carrier. So to move him towards the sideline and out in the touch is perfectly legal. What a heads-up play on that tackle.
The stack number 8, Quinn Wrestler, 5'10", 230. The senior showing his man strength to be able to drag him out into touch. And now a burst through, center of the pitch, right there. Could not break the gain line. That was Lloyd. Off to the left. Warbell charges. Great job staying up. Good 6 meters in the bank there. Road pushes forward. They're able to get that one around the referee a bit. Tired legs from everybody here in the second half. Who's got enough left in the tank? Near side. Burnett into contact. Another big time collision. Slowing things up. They've got plenty of numbers on the far side. Another strong tackle. Daniel Marsh. That inside center position comes up and makes the tackle on the forward. Vermont continues to pound away. This is what they're known for. Play after play with that forward pack. They'll suck this defense in, looking for some space here on the offloads coming. Back here again to the near side. There's the kick up over the top from Tevnin. Looking for a 50-22, but this one bounces back towards the center. Scooped up by Irwin and just has to punch that one out into touch. 20 minutes left to play here in the D2 semifinal.
And Vermont is really using that tactical game in moments now, pinning this team deep. And what an opportunity they're using to try to get back into this game. They're going to have to go the length of the field to get points on the board. It just adds that much more pressure to this moment for them.
They've had a couple of breaks here in the second half. Colin Green, the fullback for Vermont, has been outstanding. Again, still searching. First 8 points of the match for UNC Wilmington. They're in the first 10 minutes, and it's been all Vermont ever since. 17 unanswered, able to connect there on the line out. Spinning it through the hand through Tevnin. Here comes Seamus Rhodes, but he coughs it up, and the hooker can't hang on to it. He had a try in their last match. Still searching here, knock on, back to the Seahawks.
Yeah, and it's an immense opportunity. The new sub comes in and immediately makes an impact, punching that ball out.
10, you're outside.
Jason Forston
Outside your 22.
able to get an arm on that ball, punch it out, and get possession. Now they still have to go length of the field. Any points are at a premium for this Seahawks side.
Bind. Set.
But do not count them out yet. They are the 2025 Sevens Collegiate Rugby Championship national champions, and they've got that potency here. Over the midfield stripe, big time burst for the Seahawks. Seamus Wiseman gets knocked out into touch each and every time, Lance. One breakaway, but Vermont does just enough to cause the turnover.
Yeah, they gave themselves an advantage with that loop call, able to split the defense, had an opportunity to kick, chose to keep it, and the momentum on the tackle just couldn't keep himself in bounds. And these moments are the ones you think about later on after the conclusion of the game. What you could have did better, what moments you could have had better. And that's one he's going to think about for a bit. You can see the bit of disgust in his temperament now. Great opportunity squandered.
Wiseman, just a freshman, has his brother out there as well, but Vermont on the front foot now. Beautiful pass through the line. Matthews takes it up near the center of the pitch. But again, knocked on, and Vermont is just dropping these left and right here. Too many mistakes. Just need for the Seahawks to come up and make them pay.
All right, perfect. Game said perfect. Let's go. Yeah, hurry up. Hurry up. Yeah, scoreboard's good.
Couple new subs coming in here. Time is on track here with our referee. A little over 17 minutes left to play, and we are 22 minutes since the last try. It has been a defensive stand, a couple of mistakes both sides, but both teams giving every bit of energy they've got. There's the drop back pass, hits its target to Cortez. Kerry Cortez can't make many. Puts it back and we'll keep things going. Forward pack, nice low drive there from Capel, the number 8. Inside ball, Shrewsbury, the winger, going into the teeth of the defense, and he was a bit stranded. A winger into contact, not a place you want to be, center of the pitch with all those big bodies around you, Lance.
Definitely not. And that inside pass might have looked like a good option, but that A-gap held strong, and he ran right into the perfect storm of players to make the tackle. Tackler is at this point considered out of the way. Hands are on the ball. Ruck is not established. Such a clean team steal right there.
I've got the medical team on, yeah? Okay, time's off. Okay. All right.
UNC Wilmington has done such a good job throughout this one, being able to retain possession, but that time just completely stranded, as you mentioned. The winger had no forwards with him. Was all alone and had that one, thefted it away. Back to their feet. Good to see them still in charge. But UNC Wilmington will bring in a sub. But still plenty to do here in this D2 semifinal. Down by 9.
Yeah, and those A-side, those A-gap plays, throwing that inside play, if you go against an undisciplined team that just follows the ball. But Vermont able to hold their ground, defenders on their feet, prepared to make the tackle. And forwards against winger, it's usually a winning battle for the winger in such tight quarters. And Vermont now with an amazing opportunity Can they extend this lead and put this game further away?
I'm happy with where they are. I'm happy. We're good. We're going to play rugby. Let's play.
15 minutes left to play. Here for a national championship berth. Beautiful little offload hits the target. Matthews marches the Catamounts forward. There's some space on the left-hand side. Numbers out there, 4-on-2. But again, just goes to the deck. Or Roble scoops it back up. No knock on, says the referee. We play on.
Ball's available. We've got players off their feet. The ball's available.
Vermont are able to hang with it. Beautiful offload. Peters pushes forward a little bit. Forward pack, trying to pound away, but a big-time tackle. Benedict Van Dessel into the match. Number 17 gets it done on the defensive end. There's the kick through. They tried a couple times. Now they look to try and make their own space. Back to Irwin. That one charged down, scooped up 5 meters out here for Tevnin. Catamounts looking for their first try of the second half. Space here on the near side through Rice, but he's wrapped up immediately. Samuel Wiseman makes the tackle. They keep driving after the offload to Warobel. Warbell couldn't take it any further, and he ends up getting his pocket picked, not releasing the call, and UNCW with another defensive stand.
23, not part of the tackle.
In the golden moment, the defense shows up big, charge down, kick from the heels of their own try line. Looked like tragedy in the making, but somehow, some way, the defense gets back. Multiple players late to get back on the defensive side of the line and figured out a way to get the steal. And this pass right here, give it to space, get your fullback an opportunity to kick, but immediately charge down.
I'm trying to, yeah.
And just from there, after the charge down from Duncan, you've seen multiple Vermont players flooding through, a chance to go wide, nothing there, bottled up. And that handoff ended up being their demise because immediately, hands on the ball, referee is right there to call it, perfect position. And just an absolute defensive storm we've seen trying to get back in this match.
Tremendous tenacity. After the kick, they're on the front foot. They've got to chase this one back down. Catamounts in possession. Colin Green takes a couple of white jerseys with him over the 10-meter line. Big-time collision and another knock-on as the Seahawks continue to fight. The bench pleading with the team. 9 points away. So close still here, Lance.
Yeah, and this is getting ultra intense. Once you start getting to inside of 10 minutes, every second seems like it's moving at a fever pace. Right now, have to get attack here. And they've been able to get around the corner where they can establish and keep ball. But can they do that in the most critical time of their season?
They've done well off their set pieces throughout so far. Here's some burst of speed from Marshall Wiseman, the junior. Takes this one up. His brother, the number 10 as well. That combination, continuity has been tremendous. McAllister pushes forward, but it's knocked on. Just as they start their drive, start the attack, it's coughed up. And again, with 12 minutes left to play, Vermont put into the scrum.
And Vermont found the perfect time in a defensive moment. Long break on that center scrum. And the counter ruck is what causes the knock on. Just that aggression that we've been seeing throughout the match that's become a staple of their defense showing up again in a big way.
Set.
Put in here for the Catamounts. Scooped up the back by McGovern. Front foot, nice charging run from Justin Casper. They'll spin it here to the near side.
Tackle there.
Keep it in with the forwards. 11 minutes left to go. Another big-time collision. Nicholas Strachan comes up with a tackle behind the gain line. There's the kick. catches the defense, back behind. They're going to scoop this one up, does Irwin. Irwin's going to look to return the kick, out into touch, clears his line, clears danger for the time being, but maybe not the best he was looking for.
Yeah, the idea was strong. Is maybe the execution has left us lacking, but it's this constant pressure by Vermont. They're going to play the tactical game. They seem to be kicking to get the ball on this end of the field, and with the lead they have, it's the best, most intelligent strategy to go about. Their defense has been holding strong.
60 minutes now of this defensive stand. No points up on the board for the Seahawks. There's a beautiful offload. Finds the second target, but again, dropped by Seamus Road. Scooped up, back by Cortez. And UNC Wilmington looks to take charge. There's the box kick out the back by Marshall Wiseman. Hits just in touch.
Straight out. We're going to have no advantage from the scrum.
No, straight out it is. So we'll come all the way back, Lance. Another critical mistake here for the Seahawks.
Okay, yeah, and if that went straight, and if that went straight out, then immediately, if that went straight out, then immediately they go back to the advantage, and that could have been one of the better kicks of the match if that stayed in or bounced in. This man right here has been showing up in a big way for the Seahawks side, and they're going to need him in his last 10 minutes if they want to mount this comeback.
Crouch!
That was all him there on that last run. Cortez has been tremendous. The senior environmental sciences major out of Wilmington, North Carolina. The hometown kid trying to will his team to the victory here. 9 points away. Into contact, Daniel Marsh. Right at the 22, just what Vermont wants, trying to hold them back. There's the offload, and now here comes Cortez. Splits the defense, drug down from behind. Luca Race with the try-saving tackle for Vermont. Back in, nobody with Shrewsbury. They're able to retain possession. Ball retention is paramount here for UNC Wilmington, and they can't get it done. Here in the second half, every time they go over that center stripe, just something falls apart at the end.
Yeah, it's really been since after the first 20 minutes in the first half, this Vermont defense has figured out a way to drown out all the success.
I totally understand the situation where your season, he's just screaming at me a little bit. Totally get where your season is right now, and I get the pressure. Just take him a minute, yeah? Yeah, there's no penalty or anything.
And in this replay, we've seen the man himself in a lot of ways show up for his side. I believe that's Kerry Cortez, getting the long break, but Vermont, even aggressive in the rucks, as you see, they're keeping that trend alive. But just find a way in the tackle. Just there, player drops with the ball, and right on top of it, multiple Vermont defenders able to get the steal back. And again, Vermont's defense has figured out a way to not allow the back end to be successful for this UNC Wellington team.
I mean, it's just been a crazy second half here. As Wilmington, Lance, they've had at least, 4 or 5 30-meter breaks, but time and time again, it's the back three from Vermont. Their 15, Colin Green, Luca Race, and Zan Rice have been tremendous on the defensive end, saving multiple tries and have their team in position 8 minutes away from a national championship berth. Trying to dig this one out. Offsides is going to be the call there. As Bradford Harris a little too aggressive, fighting inside the ruck.
Yeah, just caught on the wrong side of a ruck, put in an offside position, stuck there. And you see this Wilmington defense is swarming to the tackle. They're trying to get ball carriers to the ground, and maybe that aggression could fight against them as this match leans on, but Vermont slowly kicks the ball out of bounds, takes their time getting into this line out. They're going to try to milk as much time off this clock with each stoppage that they can.
The Line out, nice and easy. Zan Rice, the winger, continues to sling it across the pitch. Big time tackle coming in from the Seahawks, slows things down. Good hit there from Patience. William Patience, the winger, first time we've gotten to call his name.
Take a step, good.
Number 14, and now Vermont just getting right back into their phases. You see multiple bodies around each and every ruck. They're in the green jerseys. They'll take this one in. Legier
Play on, his own play's not in the way at all.
continues to drag defenders with him as he has throughout this match. There's the kick over the top. Zogorios can't get all of it though. Just hit the side there of the boot, and it's UNC Wilmington back on the front charge. Good job getting low to retain possession. Might have numbers here on the near side if they can spin it out of this one. A little bit of a slow ball, but now here they come. They'll cut inside. Van Dessel pops back up. They're able to keep things in possession here. 7 minutes away. Another charge coming in here from Buckingham. They've gotten to this position multiple times, but they really haven't been able to do much inside the 22. Maybe just under a minute of possession for the Seahawks back in that area. They've got to push forward now. They need 2 tries to be able to take this one. Could get a try and a penalty here, down by 9. But as we move forward, the options start to dwindle. Another strong run. That was Harris again. Spinning out the back. Dangerous pass as the defense is all the way up.
I've got a high tackle.
And a penalty against Vermont. High tackle the call.
Chris, can we have a look at that, please? Can we take a look, please?
And Lance, we're going to take another look here. A critical moment in this match. Again, first year of the TMO.
Yeah, bang, bang. And just immediately after receiving the ball, shoulder. Looks like it lands right around the bridge of the nose. Clear shoulder to head contact there. And you can tell by the player's reaction getting hit. Leg straightened out. And just immediately went to ground. No continued motion up the field. And I mean, that is clear as day. Shoulder to head contact. Maybe mitigation on how fast the play was coming.
Yeah.
Player heights. But yellow card looks like it'll be the recommendation if I can guess so.
Yeah.
Could be a critical call as well. And again, that is John Warabell, the captain, number 4, MLR draftee, 6'3", and just could not drop down low enough.
Chris, I can't hear you, mate.
And Andy Cooper, our referee, will have the final decision. There with the TMO. As you see that collision. As you mentioned, Lance, I do think he dropped a little bit, did Maxton Buckingham.
So, a yellow card is what you're telling me. We're a yellow card with what you're telling me. Captain.
And they agree with you, Lance.
It is high impact, but he's dropping. He drops just before. Off you go. Yeah, no worries at all. Back you go. Thank you. Cheers, Chris. Thanks, mate. The player dropped height just before, which is why it's just a yellow card. Time's on. That was our mitigation. Time is on. Sorry? Points chosen.
Maxton Buckingham on the sideline, getting checked there for the concussion after that huge collision. The sign of respect there between the 2 big props. Tremendous to see here on the national stage. And Lance, this could be huge. A big-time kick just inside inside Vermont's half of the pitch to be able to cut this one down to a 6-point match, and then they could win it with a converted try.
You need a try. You need additional points after. Go for the penalty here, and this is for your season right here. Does he have it?
Matthew Tevnin strikes it clean and puts it through. The first points in the last 65-plus minutes for UNC Wilmington. Exactly what they needed. Down by 6 with 5 to play.
Let's go.
And this is the moment.
Let's go, Green.
And this is the moment right here.
Let's go.
Wilmington, with their season on the line, down by 6 points, 5 minutes left in the national semifinals with a power play advantage. This is what you asked for, an opportunity to get to the dance, and all they have to do is take care of business and get 6 points here.
Hands away from the ball grid, you didn't get.
Ooh, almost got to it that time. Seamus Road stepped away though. Referee told him to back off, and now it's the Seahawks.
Tackle there, release Green, no.
Trying to charge forward. 75 meters still to go away from the spot they've been going for throughout the season. An undefeated season, already with the Sevens National Championship underneath their belts. Looking for more. The double here in 2025. That one scrambles through. Bobbles around, finally scooped up there in the back by Shrewsbury. Great job to get back on top of it and retain possession, but boy, they've lost another good 20 meters. At this point, Lance, you don't want to kick it away, you don't want to give it back, but you got to relieve a little bit of pressure. There's the strategy out into touch, but only about 6 meters on the kick.
Yeah, like as we mentioned before.
Time is off, I've got medical team going on. I know he's cramping, but I've got medical team on him at the school.
The idea was there, it's just the execution. Vermont's defensive line, especially on kicks, have moved at an absolute pace, putting pressure on all kickers. And it's just when the time was right. You needed to clear your lines, maybe get some space and fight another day. Just couldn't gain the territory necessary.
Right. Be ready for any drive, yeah? Be ready to work. Time is on.
So a little over 3 minutes left to play here in the D2 National Championship semifinal. Zan Rice with the throw. Perfect as normal. Out the back they come. Charging run, gets hit. Immediately knocked it forward. And the original knock-ons by Vermont. The Seahawks hold firm.
Scoreboard time is right.
And my first thought they would go with a rolling maul there, maybe slow it down a little bit, get a push.
Crouch.
But choosing to go middle attack. And now Wilmington has an opportunity for glory. Just under 3 minutes left.
Marshall Wiseman with it. 90 meters to go. There's the pass, finds his target on the outside. Reddick, burst of speed, pushes it through with the kick. Chase for it now. He's able to make the tackle, does Reddick. Vermont back in possession, but a good job of... Oh, referee told him not to do it, but he just couldn't keep his hand out of the cookie jar. Cale Irwin gets dinged for the penalty.
And going to the edge and going to that kick, did a great job of flipping the field and making the opportunity to score a little bit more accessible. But you got to keep an ear out for the ref. That ball is not out. Just a little too eager to get their hands on the ball, willing to get around the rules or the laws of the game to try. And any referee worth his salt is going to call you for it and make you pay. And just losing that ground they just gained off a great offensive momentum is just tough to see in the dwindling moments, down 6.
But again, the penalty kick, though, from Vermont doesn't amount to a ton. And now here near the center of the field, a huge line out. Goes to hands for Legier. Vermont with the pop pass. Driven back a good 10 meters here. Back to their own 10-meter line. Just look to retain possession. Roman Legier. 6'2" junior. Keeps ball in possession here. Another strong tackle coming in from Bradford Harris. But the Catamounts 1 minute away from getting to the spot they wanted throughout the season. The national championship's on the line. Zagorios takes it through, kicks over the top, tackled after the kick. It's going to be picked up here in the back, still bobbled, finally touched down by UNC Wilmington.
Time is off. Hold. Back you go.
He might have got that down. He might have got it down.
Yeah.
Oh, that angle, tough to see. This might be the better angle. Just needs to see if he's able to get that arm pressure down on it. I don't think so.
I don't know. I think he might have missed it. I think the best angle we might be body blocked on. That looks like he got his left hand on it from there.
Yeah, maybe the left forearm. Huge, critical decision here.
It looks like he got his left hand on
it. That might be it right there. That was that last shot. You see just out of nowhere that hand come down, and it does look like it made contact first. This is the look here.
There's a left hand that chops down.
Yeah. And I mean, to
but
me, that's pressure.
It hits it. Yeah, I don't know how cleanly it hits it. It looks like he got the top of the ball. Man, this is a tough moment. It's a crazy, chaotic moment right here.
AR's chasing that one down from the sides as well. Great to have the TMO here. Again, all to play for. The tension palpable here in SaberCat Stadium in Houston, Texas. Tough to tell from that angle.
Playing it through to see who touches it down.
Great to have the scoreboard here to be able to see the replays live in the stadium.
22 to Christopher Walton. No, there's no upper body grab.
Yeah, that right there. I mean, it might not be the full hand, but maybe a forearm, but then you see it slide down the arm. Is that enough to have the try awarded? The $1 million question here in the D2 semifinal.
Chris, I don't think either of those two players ground it, so I want to see who does ground it after them. I don't think either of those two players grounds the ball, so I want to see who grounds it afterwards.
The next level rugby replay right there. That's the best look we've seen. Andy Cooper didn't think it was enough, but now the TMO seems to be changing it. Again, Andy didn't think it was, but again, he's looking a good 100 meters away at the scoreboard, relying on the TMO here, who may be overturning this one.
Chris, you're cutting out, mate. Yes.
Number 3, Harry missing.
Yes. I may award the try.
And there it is. Vermont put the dagger in the hearts of the Seahawks. A try out of nowhere. And it's in. Another 5 on the board. What an incredible match, Lance.
Yeah, and that just put a stamp on what a absolute thriller of a game this has been.
We start the game clock, please.
Wilmington finding points late in the game to make it a one-score game, but unable to convert on a few of their opportunities.
Take 48 seconds and it's full time.
And Vermont able to score just off of a concentrated effort.
Hold. We've got a challenge coming for it. Hold, we've got a challenge.
And new this year, the coach's challenge. Jim Wiseman, we saw him approaching the center there. The number 4 sends out the red challenge flag. But again, they just looked at it, just had the TMO and everybody involved. Not sure if there's going to be enough in it
seconds
to
left.
use the
If he
evidence
takes
to
a
be able
full
to
minute
give the
kick it,
try.
it'll be full time, which I'm assuming he's going to do.
They're gonna. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, but we're going to. The coach has thrown the challenge flag. It's 48 seconds left. You're allowed a minute to take the kick. So if you take your if you take 48 seconds, the kick will be the end of the game.
What's in the game? We could make them run longer. Actually, yeah, exactly. Wait the minute.
So Lance will wait for the decision, but from the referee's mouth, less than a minute on the clock. They get the full minute to take the kick, and so they should be able to milk all the time that's left.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's if this doesn't get overturned. We had our own conversation about it.
No, I don't.
And I think the coach's challenge was just a last-ditch effort to try to fully recognize what happened on that play. You got to love TMO.
What do you have from the line of sight? Why no try?
Because when the both players collapsed and Blue came in and got it down, so it should be a try line dropout.
I can still award the try, yeah? I'm going to award the try again, okay?
So after the coach's challenge, the try is awarded to Vermont, and that will seal the deal. The Vermont Catamounts.
Can we start the game clock again, please?
Have punched their ticket to the D2 National Championship. About 30 seconds away, but again, we've already heard it from Andy Cooper, our referee. Once they restart, as they just have, he's got a minute to take the kick, and that will take us to full time. Staring at the clock, going to take his time with it. Been a tremendous match in this one. Matthew Tevnin. Actually, it'll be Zagorios that'll look to take the kick. But Lance, what a tremendous matchup between the #1 and the #2 team in the country. And boy, have they lived up to that billing.
It lived up to it exceptionally. Both teams played really hard. Vermont taking a very, very early mishap and turning it into a beautiful moment as they head to the finals, able to fight back, taking a 22-3 point run in the last 60 minutes of the game, and just figured out a way to do more, do better, and finish off some amazing tries, Tim.
So Vermont is in. Chicago is in. Our D2 final national championship is set in stone. It'll be the Chicago Maroons taking on the Vermont Catamounts here on the D2 side. Again, that'll be Sunday afternoon. It's been a tremendous day of rugby here in Houston, Texas. An incredible match between these two. Vermont did enough in the end to come away with the victory, and we will send it down to Tyler Doige with a Vermont player. Tyler.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with the captain of Vermont, Justin Casper. You guys came out firing on all cylinders. What was your game plan coming into today's game?
Our game plan was just have fun, power, friendship. Just have fun, stick to our game plan, play simple, and then it opens up. Got a little frustrating at the end with the knock-ons. We're all knocking it on, but happens. But we just stay positive and keep going.
You are heading to the national championship on Sunday against University of Chicago. You guys are the #1 seed. You currently are undefeated. What makes this 2025 team different?
Just a lot of seniors on the team right now. We've all been playing since we were freshmen, so we've been here since we were freshmen. We've worked the way up. We got a lot of seniors on the team, so come our last ride, so it means a lot to us.
Justin, amazing stuff. Congratulations, you're heading to the championship. Amazing stuff for Semifinal Friday here on behalf of the entire production crew of Next Level Rugby as well as National Collegiate Rugby. We will see you guys tomorrow for more National Championship Rugby. Good night.
Another tremendous exclamation point in our fourth and final match of the evening. Lance, your final thoughts on a match that truly lived up?
Well, both teams showed exactly why they're 1 and 2. We got an absolute classic here at NCR Classic. But now we look forward to this Vermont versus Chicago championship. I'm very excited for Championship Sunday.
Thank you so much for joining us. For Lance Kavanaugh, Tyler Deutsch, and our entire Next Level Rugby crew, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow for more rugby.
Tell me, why'd you have to go and drive me so crazy? Now I feel